Superintendent Andrew Avery. Thank you for being here. Let us begin with roll call. Joan?
Chris Mortensen. Chris.
Here. Here.
Charles Long.
Here.
Michael Shaw.
Here.
Priscilla Benali. Kevin Mitchell.
Here.
Okay. Thank you, Joan. We do have a quorum, and I'd like to call the school board meeting to order at this time. And let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Everyone, please join us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, the symbol of perfect friendship among united cultures.
Thank you, Michael. Let's go down to approval of the agenda, board members.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
That was Mr.
Mitchell?
Goff and Mr. Mitchell.
Okay, motion made by Michael Schaaf and second by Kevin Mitchell to approve the agenda for today's meeting. Roll call, Joan?
Mr. Mitchell.
Yes.
Mr. Shaw.
Yes.
Mr. Long.
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen.
Yes.
Okay. We've adopted.
Can you tell them I said yes to?
Ms. Benali.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we've approved our agenda for today's meeting, and we go down to item C, which is the election of officers for this coming fiscal year. At this time, I'd like to open nominations for president.
I would like to make a nomination of Chris Mortensen for president.
Okay, is there a second? I'll go ahead and second it.
You don't need it, you
Is
just
that-
need
okay.
Any other nominations.
Okay, any other nominations? I'm doing now. Any other nominations? If not, I'd like to close nominations for president.
Motion to close nominations for president.
Okay, so Chris Mortensen is elected president by acclamation.
You should vote.
Yeah.
Even though it's
Well, roll call, John.
Mr. Mitchell.
Yes.
Ms. Benali.
Yes.
Mr. Shaw.
yes.
Mr. Long.
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen.
Yes.
Okay, we do have a president of the Board of Education. Thank you very much. And now I'd like to open nominations for vice president of the Board of Education.
I'd like to nominate Charles Long.
Okay. Any other nominations?
I'd like to nominate Kevin Mitchell.
Okay. I have two nominations.
Oh.
Any other nominations?
Motion to close nominations.
Okay, nomination is closed for Vice President of the Board.
Second, no, second the motion. If it's a motion, we got a second it.
Second.
Mhm.
And then
Okay. Let's do the vote.
Roll call first.
Roll
Roll call to close.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Mitchell,
For which,
closing the nomination.
Oh, yes.
Ms. Benali,
Yes.
Mr. Shaw,
yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen.
Yes.
Okay. So,
You take,
voting,
you take the first nomination first.
okay. Let's do the voting, board members. The first candidate is Charles Long. Votes, board members, Chris?
Roll call.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Yeah.
Mr. Mitchell,
No.
Ms. Benali,
No.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen.
Yes.
Okay, we have a vice president. I'd like to open nominations for secretary. I'd like to nominate Michael Shaw. Second,
You have to, any other nominations?
any other nominations?
I'd like to nominate Priscilla Benali.
Okay. We have two nominees.
Any other nominations?
Any other nominations? If not, I'd like to entertain a motion to close.
Motion to close nominations.
A second.
Okay, nominations have been closed. Secretary, Michael Shaw and Priscilla Benali. Roll call, Joan?
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Benali,
Yes.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
No.
No, this is for closing of the
Okay,
nomination.
yes.
Mr. Mortensen.
Yes.
Now we go to the election.
Okay, let's go into the election. Board members, Michael Shaw. Roll call.
Mr. Mitchell,
No.
Ms. Benali,
No.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Board members, we have elected a secretary. Okay, we have new officers for the coming school year. And let's go down to recognition. Mike?
Members of the board, if I could have you come stand to the front boardroom while we recognize our New Mexico School Board Association nominee and recipient and winner. Members of the board, community, each year, the school board members across the state of New Mexico get to nominate individuals that have had student or as school achievement in New Mexico. This can be an individual that's a student, it can be an adult in the community, it could be an adult in the school. This year, we are excited that this year several people were nominated, There was one person who was selected that was sent on to the final, I guess you call it, competition for the New Mexico School Board Achievement Award. And this year, we're excited that not only did we have a nomination, but also a scholarship winner for Raymond Karpinski. If you could come up, please. I'm going to read, have him stand next to me if you don't mind, Raymond. I'll read the plaque to you that he received, and then the real heavy envelope here. New Mexico School Board Association 2025 Scholarship Award. The New Mexico School Board Association is proud to present a $1,000 scholarship award to Raymond Karpinski in recognition of outstanding demonstrated leadership, academic performance, community involvement, and participation in extracurricular activities. And he has there's a $1,000 check in there, so there you go. Congratulations. Where do you plan to go to school?
UNM Albuquerque.
Nice. It's a good school. While the board sits down, I just wanted to ask Raymond what he was going to plan to study. Cybersecurity. So, very needed field.
Yep. Good one.
Vice President Long, that concludes the recognition for today.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Let's go down to item G, approval of board meeting minutes of June 9th. Board members,
Motion to approve of board meeting minutes of June 9th, 2025.
is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion made by Michael Shaw, second by Kevin Mitchell to approve the meeting minutes of June 9th, 2025. Roll call, Joan?
Yes.
Ms. Benali,
Yes.
Mr. Schaaf,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, board members. Let's go down to item H, approval of the special board meeting minutes of May 19, 2025, and June 18, 2025. Is there a motion?
Motion.
To approve of special board meeting minutes of May 19th, 2025 and June 18th, 2025.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Kevin Mitchell. Roll call, Joan?
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Benali,
Yes.
Mr. Schaaf,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen.
Yes.
Thank you, board members. Let's go down to item I, approval of special meeting minutes of July 11, 2025. Board members, is there a motion?
Motion to
To
approve.
approve.
Second.
Kevin,
Oh, you made the motion.
yeah,
He
Kevin,
seconded.
motion and second by Priscilla to approve the meeting minutes of July 11. Roll call, Joan?
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Benali, Ms. Benali, Mr. Schaaf,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen.
Yes.
Ms. Benali,
Sorry, guys, I had to, I abstain.
Okay. Thank you, board members, for your vote of 4 in favor, none opposed, and 1 abstention. Let's go down to consent agenda items. Board members,
Motion to approve consent agenda items 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D, and 2E.
is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay, second. Motion made by Michael Schaaf, second by Kevin Mitchell to approve the consent agenda item. Roll call, Joan?
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Benali,
Yes.
Mr. Schaaf,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen.
Yes.
Thank you, board members. Let's go down to reports. Our superintendent, Mike?
President Long, members of the board, for today, I just want to make sure that we recognize all of our staff who have been preparing for the coming school year. We have had a lot of activity and trainings, leadership conference. Teachers are preparing over the summer for the school year also, and other staff members. And there's been a lot of people that have been doing a lot of work. I was just next door at Miamur High School, and they're doing a great job at preparing that school. I'll have a chance to visit some others in the coming few weeks as we prepare for this, as we prepare for students to come back into the buildings. We have had summer school, which was successful this year at the elementary, mid, and high school level. We appreciate the effort of those students in coming to class over the summer to get ahead or to improve their skills. The school district is ready to begin this coming school year, and we want to thank the board for making the appropriate putting the appropriate things in place with your strategic plan, and other initiatives. We are still moving forward with those goals and directives from you, and it's having an impact on our students. Throughout the community, I often hear about the work that's happening specifically with career pathways, the technology that students have, the different opportunities that they're given now that they may not have had in the past, and that comes from the top, and it comes from you as leaders in making sure that we have the resources and things available for our students. There has been a lot of discussion about budget, and that's the only other item I wanted to mention today, is there are likely some federal funds that will discontinue for our district. It's close to $2 million worth of funds. And so we're involved in the planning stages and adjustment stages to make sure that we continue to provide the products and services for our students. Primarily, that's Title II, Title III, and Title IV, which funds a host of different things with respect to mentorship and trainings, ELL opportunities for students, and those types of things. And so we're not going to make that harm students if those funds are cut. We expect that they probably will be. I know there is some effort in the state legislature to make adjustments for that, but there are some potentials for some fiscal cliffs in the near future, years, probably not months, where we have to be careful with our funds to make sure that we're prepared for possible future cuts, but also increased costs of things and a host of things that we have to be prepared for. And so I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of those individual things that are being cut. We will come back to you probably the next meeting, and we can talk to you a little bit more. If that was signed by the president and those cuts are made, we can talk to you about how we have adjusted to make sure we don't lose services for students, the necessary services. So with that, stand for any questions.
Any questions, board members?
No question.
No questions.
Ms. Benali has a question. Go ahead.
Sir, with the federal funding cuts, do you have an estimated amount of how much that we're losing?
It's close to $2 million. $2 million.
And How about with, our construction or anything like that, school constructions, is that
Yeah,
gonna have a factor in anything?
these particular funds are federal funds that are likely to be cut, do not affect construction or facilities themselves. So that is not affected.
Thank you.
Any other questions, board members?
Mr. Long, I don't have a question, but I just wanted to say that I received a lot of good feedback on the leadership conference that was held here last week for the past, I guess it was like 2 days of conference for our administration. And this was one of the first times that I got feedback right away. And, they were all very pleased, and they were saying they were excited to get ready and start the school year. So I just want to say thank you to the superintendent and his administration staff for putting on the leadership conference. Thank you.
Sure. Just a little bit of information about that. It's been a few months, but we really changed the way our conferences look and trainings happen in the summer for admin. We really wanted to focus on leadership skill building rather than just trainings on things that they need to do. It's more specifically about building leaders, and so that was a change in focus, and there was a lot of energy coming out of the meeting. So I'm glad I'm glad you heard positive things. I did the same.
Mr. Hyatt?
Yes.
With the training that was provided, how many new staff do we have that did the cultural sensitivity training?
The cultural sensitivity training is part of the mentorship program that we do for new staff coming on board. Actually, that's one of the funds that was cut, but we're going to make adjustments. We used one of the title funds in order to fund that mentorship program, but it's required by the state, and so we will still have that training, but we want to make sure all the people are here that are new before we offer that.
Any other questions, board members? Thank you, Mike. Let's go down.
Mr. Hyatt, I'm sorry, I apologize, Mr. Long, I just have a quick question.
Sure, go ahead, Mr. Morrison.
That cultural sensitivity training, what kind of stuff is in that curriculum?
Mr. Mortensen, it's not a curriculum, but anybody that goes to a new area, or especially in our area, which is unique and diverse, we just provide training on things you should do or maybe should not do, give information about the area, different cultures in the area. It's that kind of a training that you would receive if you're new to an area, specifically here. Maybe there's some things that are taboo that you should avoid. Maybe when you're teaching science or teaching other courses that you should be careful of. They're sensitive to students and adults.
How do we make sure that we're sensitive to all the cultures of all the kids that are, and all of the employees that work for our school district?
Mr. Mortensen, it's impossible to probably prevent everything, but it's an attempt of things that are common within different cultures that we might want to pay attention to. And so it's not a curriculum in and of itself, but it's a presentation that we typically give in one of those professional development / mentoring training sessions that we have found over time that are sensitive to people.
Okay.
Culturally sensitive or religiously sensitive.
Any other questions, board members?
That's all.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Let's go down to planning process for multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan 2026.
Sure. Vice President Long, members of the board, I'm going to invite Catherine Kleisler up, Assistant Superintendent, and also, I guess, Adam Barry, you want to come up also? And Darren, are you part of that also? I believe so. So if you guys would all come up, I'll have a presentation for you.
Vice President Long, members of the board, Superintendent Hyatt, I am going to just introduce the topic right now, and then I'll let the real experts actually be able to address the information that's on the slides and any questions that you may have. So at this time, we are preparing, I should say, the county is already prepared to update the hazardous mitigation plan. And we are a participant in this mainly because of the size and the effect that we have on the surrounding area. So we have been involved in this in the past. And it is time to take a look again at that hazardous plan. There's a threefold purpose for this. First, it's to provide a general update to this hazardous mitigation plan, look at the current needs, has anything changed? Also, if there's any changes in technology that may need to be applied. We know how the world changes in just a few years, even post-pandemic. And also to kind of look back at the usefulness of the prior plan. The other reason why we need to look at this mitigation plan again is because it's required in order to apply for grants. So should there be any major disaster to happen into the area, in order to apply to get a grant to help pay for whatever that mitigation is, we do have to have, the county has to have an updated plan. And then, of course, the other reason for it is to support and promote public policy and other planning efforts. So this kind of provides information to others in the area as there's planning and development going on. So again, it's a more, we're forward thinking, we're making sure that information is out there for any new industries that might be coming into the area, any development, any public works projects. All this information would be pertinent to that. And as I said, I'm now going to kind of turn it over to the experts in this area, as I am very fresh and new to this position. We're going to go ahead and turn the time over to Adam Berry with the McKinley County.
Good afternoon, Board, Superintendent. The goal, one of the benchmark goals that we as a stakeholder partner, GMCS, to McKinley County and the Office of Emergency Management is to provide you all, our board, with kind of an updated plan and a goal short PowerPoint, and that's what we would like to provide to you all right now. Unless there's any questions up front, I'll have Adam Berry, the McKinley County Emergency Manager, move forward with this.
All right. Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. Adam Berry, Emergency Manager for McKinley County. So we kind of had a good overview of kind of the project. We'll go through a couple little details to give you a little more information, but we'll keep it pretty brief today. So this is a natural hazard mitigation plan. Every jurisdiction in the country is required to have one if we want to get funding for mitigation efforts. So kind of the big question usually is, what is hazard mitigation? It's pretty much trying to lessen the impacts of emergencies or disasters that happen. So if we talk natural hazards, we're looking at flooding, wildfire, earthquakes, tornadoes, things of that nature. So those are things that we really can't prevent. We can't keep them from happening, but we can take steps to lessen the impacts when they do happen. So on the screen, you can see some examples of some mitigation efforts that have happened across the state. In the top left corner is some wildfire mitigation. They thinned out the ground fuels around the trees, took some of the lower limbs off the trees, so if a fire were to happen, it would stay on the ground, wouldn't get in the tops of the trees, and it'd be less impactful on the environment or any structures that happen to be around it. The bottom left is like educational materials, wildfire safety, arroyo safety, tie-in wildfire, flash flooding. On the right-hand side, you can see some mitigation that's been done in different places for flooding, water control, to keep flash flooding waters from eroding the soil too much, taking out a road bed, debris building up, clogging, creating bigger issues. So these are just a handful of examples of mitigation efforts that can be done. So I think we kind of touched on the advantage of the mitigation plan already, but the big thing, it brings key players together to talk about what are our risks and what can we do to lessen those risks, And ultimately, it gives y'all as the school district the ability to apply for mitigation funds as they become available if you have campuses or teacher housing or whatnot that may need some hazard mitigation to lessen the impacts of the threats that might and hazards that might happen in those areas. Our current mitigation plan was completed in 2021. So every 5 years we have to update it. So we expire February 2026. So that's why we're doing the planning right now. The current plan has McKinley County, City, Gallup, and Gallup McKinley County Schools as signatories on that plan, and we're keeping that going into this next planning cycle as well. So we had 8 natural hazards profiled in the last one, with dam failure, winter storms, tornadoes, drought, wildfire, flooding, geologic, and severe storms. So to develop the plan, we have a contractor, SWCA Environmental Consultants. We're working with their office out of Albuquerque. So they're kind of doing the legwork for us, but we do have a local planning team that includes members from McKinley County, City, Gallup, and Gallup McKinley County Schools. We've met twice so far. We've actually got our 3rd planning meeting coming up this week to finalize some of the hazards and move to the next steps of our planning process. So along with the planning team, we also have subject matter experts. That could be somebody from the National Weather Service, Forest Service, things like that, the ones that really know about the hazards and our threats. Stakeholders, that's pretty much any interested entity that's not part of the planning team, and it's not just an individual member of the community. So this can include our regional planning authorities, agencies that regulate development, academia, businesses, nonprofits, and so forth. And the members of the community will definitely have opportunity to play a role in this planning process. Our time frame, we started really working on stuff back in April, been moving quick through things. So there will be some public involvement, primarily coming up in October timeframe, October, November. And then we'll hopefully have a draft of the plan ready to go at the end of this calendar year so it can be approved by FEMA and the state. And then probably late winter, early spring of next year, there'll be a presentation before y'all again to actually approve and adopt the updated mitigation plan. And this new update, kind of with where we're at in it right now. So most of the data that's going to be in it is looking from 2020 to now. And we're including extreme temperature analysis for hot and cold weather, and of course all of our changing weather patterns. Within this planning update, compared to our last one, we're going to be enhancing community engagement strategies to include meetings like this. I've met with our County Board of Commissioners. We're meeting with y'all today. I believe the City Council is going to hear a presentation tomorrow night. So that's one way we're trying to get the word out a little bit more at this time. We're going to have an in-person open house, most likely October, for the general public to have more input. And then kind of right now, based off the hazard screening that our planning team has done, we're looking at including dam failures, winter storms, severe weather, drought, extreme temperatures, wildfire, thunderstorms, and flooding for our hazards in this updated plan. We're still finalizing a few things, but this is the direction that we're moving right now. So with that, we'll stand for any questions you may have.
Any questions, board members? Hello? No questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you for all the work that you put into that. We appreciate it, and thank you for coming out and presenting.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yep, thank you. Let's go down to notices and communications. We don't have any. Let's go to new business, board members. Yes.
I'd like to comment on the communication part of reports on C. First of all, I'll take the high road, and I would like to congratulate you guys as officers again for being on our school board for Gallup McKinley County. As officers, you guys are professionals and leaders that represent our children our parents, and our staff. And you guys have accepted your nomination and your positions. So I would like to request that you be in attendance at our meetings, our conferences, and to be involved in our community, especially at the local level through our chapters. Yeah, thank you.
Well noted, Priscilla. Let's go to new business, board members. New business A, approval of Gallup McKinley County Schools school year 2025-2026 school calendar.
Motion to approve of Gallup McKinley County Schools school year 2025-2026 school calendar.
There's second?
Second.
Okay, second by Kevin Mitchell. Roll call, Joan?
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Benali,
Yes,
Mr. Schaaf,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen. Is he still there? Okay.
We do have 4 board members voting in favor. Let's go down to new business B. Approval of grading assessment systems policy. I guess it's I-67, or is it?
I-6.
Yeah, it's I-6711 IKA -R. Board members?
Vice President Long, there was a page missing in your handout, and so I'm going to have Ms. Nez go back and print it out for you, so we have the full policy. And so if we could move that to the end of the action items.
Sure.
Okay.
So if we can go on to C and D, and then E, and then we'll come back to B, if that's possible.
Okay, this item C, approval
Go.
of addenda fiscal year 25, athletics, rural activity, and other. Board members?
Vice President Long, members of the board, I'm going to have Ms. Hanks come up. She's going to talk a little about these policies. As you know, there was legislation passed this last session having to do with wireless communications for students. There was a legislation having to do with water safety, which we don't have a lot of around here, but nonetheless, it's a blanket for the whole state that we have to follow and enact policies. And so I'm going to have Ms. Hanks give you a little bit more information on the new laws that are passed and then the policies that are in front of you.
Giovanna?
Vice President Long, members of the board, members of the audience, and superintendent. So the first one that I'd like to discuss with you is NMSA 22-1-16. In your packet, you will notice on top the proposed policy, and then the second page is the actual statute itself. The policy aligns directly with the codified statute in the fact that we will develop guidance for parents and guardians and students that will be communicated to them no later than the 10th day of the school year. Everything that's included in the policy comes directly from the statute itself, and there is a disclaimer in here because one thing we do want the public to know is that we will only be giving information on things like lessons that are available. We cannot guarantee the background of the instructor, the program itself. It's just the information. We're essentially tasked with gathering and sharing information in policy. So we do want the public to know that we are not recommending, endorsing, verifying, background checking any of the individuals that will be in the guidance and documents moving forward. The second policy, which is student use of wireless communication devices, follows the same pattern. It does have the recommended policy, and I've tied to it all of the other existing policies, including the statute 22-1-17. I have printed the entirety of the statute, and then because discipline is mentioned in this, I've also provided our behavior handbook The sections of it that relate to wireless communication devices, there will need to be some language updates in the behavior handbook to align with the new statutory definition that has been provided. Essentially, this is just codifying current district practices and may involve some additional documentation in words. The district already recognizes that instructional time should be free from distractions, and those communication or wireless devices should only be used when instructed for a teacher for instructional purposes, or if the student needs it for 504, medical, emergency, those types of reasons.
Board members, do you have any questions on the policies or the law that's behind the reason for the policies?
We're on the addenda.
Sorry, we accidentally, I apologize, I accidentally skipped that one. We'll come back to that one.
Okay, we'll come back to that one.
Just a little
too.
bit of pre-information.
Okay, okay, no,
We're stalling a little bit to make sure we get the right pages for the other ones.
okay.
Mr. Hyatt, are we on the B? New business B?
We're jumping around right now.
We're not on that, we're on new business C.
We can go back to,
As a dog?
Well, now we're,
Board members, we do have the information in your packet, so we can go back as outlined in the agenda for actual approval. So we can go back to B.
We're back to new business B, board members.
Vice President Long, if I could have Eva Prieto and Reina Sanchez come up. This team, along with others, have been looking at school board policy with respect to the grading system, and it's had an opportunity for updating on that. They're fairly minor updates, but there was some outdated information in there, and so I'll let them present a little bit about the policy change that's being recommended to you.
All right, good afternoon, Vice President Long, members of the board, Superintendent Hyatt. The changes to the policy are very, very minor. There are actually no changes to the scales. What we are doing is our current system that we've been using has been 3rd through 12th grade. At this time, the new policy will reflect that. But there are no changes to the letter grading. There are no changes to the scale. We're just unifying 3rd through 12th grade to reflect what we already do as a practice here at GMCS. And then for kindergarten through 2nd grade, again, there are no changes to the scale that we currently have. The change proposed is to the language. So currently, in our policy, the changes, what we have is, we have not proficient, development proficient, proficient, and exemplary. What we are proposing is that we now call them novice, nearing proficient, proficient, and advanced to reflect the language of the state and the NMMSSA assessment.
So board members, you've looked at that second page where there's lines through some of the language, and then there's uncrossed out language. Those are the only changes in the policy. It's just to simplify it and also to use vocabulary that's similar in other parts of the state that's being used, so that it's consistent for parents and students.
And you may wonder why these changes. We have 3 reasons. First one being clarity. One consistent, 3rd through 12th scale simplifies expectations for students, parents, and teachers. And then we have alignment for our early grade bands, K through 2nd, using that common language. And the levels are still aligned with developmental benchmarks. And then we have equity. Unified systems promote fairness and understanding across schools and grade levels.
Board members, any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation.
Motion to approve of grading assessment systems policy I-6711 IKA-R.
Okay, motion's been made by Michael Shaw to approve new business B. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Kevin Mitchell. Roll call, Joan?
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Benali,
I'm gonna abstain because I heard there's a second page or some pages missing.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Mr. Long.
Yes.
See,
Yes.
to abstain.
Okay. Well, thank you, board members. We approve that. Now we go to new business C, approval of addenda FY '25, athletics, rule, activity, and other. Board members?
Vice President Long, members of the board, I just want to make sure you're aware there's no changes from last year to this year for addenda. So this is the same that you had in prior years, so recent.
Motion to approve of addenda for fiscal year '25, athletics, rural activity, and others.
Okay, motion's been made by Michael Schaaf to approve new business C. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Kevin Mitchell. Roll call, Joan?
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Benali,
Yes.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen.
Okay. Thank you, board members. We approve new business C.
I have just one question here.
Okay, go ahead, Kevin.
Is there a limit to how many addendums one person can get? I mean, as far as how many,
Sure.
as far as how many times they can coach or?
So we do have some restrictions, Mr. Mitchell, on coaching. We do have allowances, though, to make adjustments where it's needed. We want to make sure that students have adults that are overseeing them and giving them as many opportunities as possible, so we do make adjustments when needed. So there's several different kinds of addenda. I think you're specifically talking about coaching addenda. Other addenda outside of overseeing a program or a club or an athletics program, those are unlimited, the number of addenda that you can get. But with respect to coaching, we typically try to keep it to 1 or 2 and not successive seasons for athletics, for example. But where needed, we do make adjustments.
Thank you.
No more questions?
No.
Then yeah, pushing. Let's go down to new business D, approval of adoption of written guidance for student water safety in compliance with House Bill 532. This was passed in the 2025 legislative session.
Vice
Right.
President Long, Giovanna's already given a presentation on that. We've had a discussion or given a presentation on the specifics of that law and the policy. If there's no other questions, we have nothing further to add.
Okay. Go ahead, Giovanna.
President Long, Vice President Long, I'm willing to stand for questions.
Questions?
I don't have any questions. So at this time, I'd like to motion to approve the adoption of the written guidance for students' water safety in compliance with House Bill 532 from the 2025 legislative session.
Second.
Okay, motion was made by Kevin Mitchell, second by Michael Shaw to approve new business D. Roll call, Joan?
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Manuelito, Ms. Benali,
Yes.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen. Okay.
Okay, thank you, board members. Let's go down to new business E. Board
Vice-
members?
Vice President Long, it's the same as before, with no further information to add.
Board members,
Any questions?
any questions?
I don't have any.
None.
None. Okay, so
So at this time, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of the adoption of the wireless communication devices used by students in public schools.
Second?
Okay, motion was made by Kevin Mitchell, second by Michael Schaaf to approve new business E. Roll call, Joan?
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Benali,
Yes.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen. Nope, okay.
Okay, thank you, board members. We've completed our new business items. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Motion to adjourn to executive session, discussion with the school district's attorney pertaining to all current litigation matters pertaining to Stride K-12 Incorporated and EEOC to discuss and advise on legal options regarding contracts for pending or threatened litigation pursuant to Section 10-15-1 H7 of the Open Meetings Act and under the attorney-client privilege in anticipation of and to prevent further litigation. The discussion shall also include identifiable student information on students connected to vendor pursuant to Section 10-15-1 H4 of the Open Meetings Act. No action will be taken and only the items listed herein will be discussed.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, a motion made by Michael Schaaf, second by Kevin Mitchell to go into executive session. Roll call.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Benali,
Yes.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Mr. Long.
Yes.
1:52.
Okay. Let's go, board members. Okay, board members, let's reconvene. I want to entertain a motion to get out of executive session.
Motion to exit executive session and resume regular meeting.
Is there a second?
Well, I gotta read this.
Yeah.
No, I gotta read this first. Where discussion with the school's district attorney pertaining to all current litigation matters pertaining to Stride K-12 Incorporated and EEOC to discuss and advise on legal options regarding contract for pending or threatened litigation pursuant to Section 10-15-1H7 of the Open Meetings Act and under the attorney-client privileges in anticipation of and to prevent further litigation. The discussion shall also include identifiable student information on students connected to vendor pursuant to Section 10-15-1H4 of the Open Meetings Act. No action will be taken and only the items listed herein will be discussed.
Second.
Okay. Roll call, Joan?
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Benali, Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Mr. Long.
Yes.
Okay.
You have to certify that that's all we talked about.
Okay, we're out of it. We're in executive session, and what Mr. Schaaf read is basically what we talked about, and
No actions taken.
no action was taken. Board members? So,
Roll call.
so roll call, Joan.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
We already did. Now we need adjournment, a motion.
Motion
and a
to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Shaw.
Second.
Okay, Michael Schaaf, motion, second by Kevin Mitchell to adjourn. Roll call?
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Benali, Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Mr. Long.
Yes,
2:22.
we are adjourned.